Hi, Sarah. Welcome to my show.
Hi.
It is such a great pleasure to have you as a guest because Ascot is coming up. Tell me what are you up to? Are you taking any orders already?
Yeah, I think somebody even ordered in February. Somebody was very organized.
Wow.
I know. Yeah, more now, and then lots of mothers of the bride all of a sudden. But the Ascot people tend to wait until we're in the middle of May.
And do you actually prepare your hats beforehand?
I have things in the studio that we photograph for the website, so people can see the summer collection, and people can physically try on here. So find the shape that suits you. But most things are made to order. You'll order off the website or message me via Instagram. Then we discuss whatever you like, and then that's made then and then posted out.
Did you start making hats? What made you do that?
Lockdown, I've wanted to do it. I've wanted to do it for a long time, but we lived abroad for 13 years, so I just couldn't do it. So when we came back to the UK about 11 or 12 years ago, and then lockdown, I was bored out of my mind. And my husband said, why don't you do some online courses, because you're going stir crazy? So I did a lot of online courses, and then I've been doing more with other milliners. So that's how I got it. And then I started doing a few, and then friends of friends came and asked, and then it's turned into what it is now.
Wow. So it is actually quite recent thing then, yeah?
Yeah,
Relatively.
3 years just this March gone. I started officially.
And what did you do before?
I sold antique jewelry, and I also made diamond jewelry. I still do the antique things because I just love it. So it's always been something artistic.
Excellent, Sarah. So my next question is around choosing a hat because I remember from my own experience when I went to Royal Ascot first time, maybe 6 years ago, I hired my hat. I took my dress to the shop and we chose the hat. That was my first hat. And then every year it is such a big deal for me to choose a hat and dress. So where should I actually start?
The dress, always start with a dress and then work from that. Um, this year, the monotone, say if you have a pale blue dress, bag and shoes and hat, that's quite big. Sometimes people have particular handbag and shoes. They want it to tone in with those, so then they can use it with another outfit for something later on in the season.
So monochrome has been actually quite
Yeah,
trendy recently anyway, so it is actually being transferred to Royal Ascot as well, yeah?
yeah, yeah. You're going to see a lot of block colours, I think.
Yeah. And do you think there are types of hats like winter hats and summer hats because racing goes around the year, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people wear fedoras for the racing in the winter because they're just practical, and then little perchers you can get. They come in felt or leather. So whatever you have in straw in the summer can be made in winter fabrics and things like tweed. So there is just the same. I think people winter racing, they probably dress up even more. If you go to Cheltenham and things like that, Gold Cup week, people really make an effort, I think, over the winter, possibly because it's usually grey and raining here. So you're dressing up, you're having a day out, you want to make an effort, and it's fun. It's fun.
Do you think it is more of a like a tailored blazers and tailored coats for Cheltenham?
I think a lot of tweed because it's practical and it's warm. Cheltenham, one day we went this year and it was snowing. The next day it was really sunny and warm, and I'm glad I didn't have a coat on. I was layered. I think it depends entirely on, I think it's an age thing as well, of younger people tend to be less layers, more fitted. I think I'm at the age now, I've just been stood at the side of a cold racetrack too many times in my life, and I just want to be warm. This is why I make up for it at Ascot and go full out at Royal Ascot.
Because usually the weather is really nice for Ascot, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we've had a really, even if it's sort of a bit drizzly, it's usually warm. And it's just the best fun week.
So what are the 3 tips you can share who is planning Royal Ascot this year, Sarah?
Get your dress first. Leave enough time to order your hat, because people are now booking up. It has to be comfortable. It can be incredibly beautiful and gorgeous, but if you're not comfortable with it and you're having to fiddle with it all day, it's just going to annoy you. And there's actually 2 things that I'd recommend more than anything. It's that it has to be comfortable. It's
Yes,
so important.
absolutely. So I wouldn't have any worries this year, I think, in terms of hats, because I know where to go, Sarah. And it gives me such a peace of mind that I don't have to even think about going out and looking and hunting for a hat. How amazing is that, Sarah?
That's great. It's great. I think you have options because you have such an amazing wardrobe. And I've been following you for a while, and I like your mixing of the expensive pieces with the non-expensive pieces. So it can be an expensive dress with a cheaper hat, or it could be an expensive hat with a cheaper dress. I like that. I like that mixing. One of my bags for Ascot this year with my expensive sassy dress is the most incredible little Jimmy Choo bag that's over £2,000 in Harrods currently. I bought at auction a couple of months ago for £150.
Wow,
I
amazing.
know. So if you look, there are some amazing buys out there. You know, it's been used twice. So I know the goddaughters will be, no, I'm having that.
Absolutely. How do you choose the hat? Do you discuss it with your client, or what
Some people
happens?
buy off the website, but most people will bring me an email and then we'll have a phone call and go through things. They might have things they like. I usually ask for a photograph of their face so we can just think about your face shape, your height, things like that. More petite women might want a bit more height. I'm 5'10", so I tend not to exaggerate that. And then your skin tone might affect what you're wearing, and there are a few components that we think about.
And the funny thing when you go to Royal Ascot is that in the morning, everyone is wearing their high heels and everyone is kind of, you know, glammed up.
Yeah.
By the afternoon, everyone is wearing flat shoes. Yeah.
My top tips are wear your heels in now. I have some new ones upstairs that I will be wearing between now and Ascot, pootling through my studio and just all day, just stretching them a bit. Size up. I always go a size up because guaranteed, if you're on your feet in heels all day and you're not used to it, your feet swell a bit. That helps with the comfort. And I also take in my handbag a really small can of, I believe, pain spray. So should the balls of your feet hurt, quick spray in the ladies' toilet and the pain goes away.
Oh, excellent. That's actually quite a good tip, because usually what I tend to do is not to wear too high heels, but maybe 5 centimeter kind of kitten heels, which are already comfortable. I know they're not gonna hurt. I'm already prepared that I'm gonna have to wear them all day. And
Yeah.
I don't really tend to take spare shoes with me, because I think to myself, with my outfit, it doesn't actually look nice suddenly go
No. Yeah.
into flat shoes.
On the way out, as we leave and we're about to cross, excuse me, the racetrack, that's usually when the heels come off and I walk barefoot back to the car. But I agree, heels all day. It just completes the outfit. And this is coming from a non-heeled person that usually lives in riding boots or wellies. The whole look, and it's just the people watching at Ascot is fantastic because people just look so stunning. It's just the effort, and it's just everybody looks beautiful.
Absolutely. And what type of hats have you been making recently? I mean, style-wise.
We're going back to dishes, and this year a lot of the Dior brim shapes, less headbands, a lot of simple, clean lines. I think the Dior brim shapes are absolutely perfect for racing because, and things like Ascot, because you're having a lot of photographs taken. You're not squinting into the sun because your eyes are slightly shaded, but people can see your face. and they're just incredibly practical. They sit on a headband, they're really easy to put on, and they're comfortable. I think that's the most important thing with hat for whether it's a wedding or ascot. It has to be comfortable.
And do you have one in your studio now?
Yeah, I have several.
Wow, that would be amazing if you can showcase some of your hats.
So I've got two different Diorish styles. This is one of the new pieces that are going down to Sassy Holford last week. So it's two different kinds of peach cinema, a basket weave over the plain, and
Yeah,
it doesn't move, and it's really simple. It looks really elegant. They're perfect if you have a more pattern dress, really easy. It is a hat, but it is on a headband. And
yeah.
then this kind of Dior, which also going down to Sassy's next week, is it's from a 1960s hat block, which I love. That also very, very Audrey Hepburn. The more simple things, people are definitely choosing those this year. And a lot of neutral colours. A lot of neutral colours, I think, so people can wear them with other outfits.
They look really elegant, don't they? And very classy,
They
yeah?
do. They
Like
do.
you said, very clean finish without any kind of
Yeah,
feathers and
I like it.
flowers.
I'm known for my vintagey and probably floral more than those flowers and handmade flowers. But I really the clean. It's exactly the clean lines, and they suit pretty much anybody, most face
Yeah.
shapes, and just any color you like. They are the perfect summer occasion hat, I think. Because of that, I'm always aware of the amount of photographs people have, and they're not as somebody that squints in the sun. And then, yeah, you see the photos afterwards and you're horrified.
Especially if it is going to be a sunny day, you want a little bit of shade on your face, right?
Yes, because I don't wear sunglasses with your hat. I think it detracts. Um, so it gives you just that bit of extra eye protection.
So I can see lots of fabric in your studio. Where do you actually order them?
My linings are all locally. They're from 4 miles away. There's a haberdashery. I'll get all my hat linings there. My ribbon I get from there, and then it's dyed to match. When I dye my straw fabrics, the straw sisals and pinapocks are all from over here. My feathers are also from here. Ironically, when I started, I realised there's somewhere 20 miles away, 18 miles away that does millinery feathers. So most of my things actually come from Somerset.
Wow.
My tweed comes from Fox Brothers, who are really well known on Savile Row. Their first shop and their factory is down here. They all their tweed is made over here, so down here. So it's great. Somerset
It-
first, and then the rest of the UK. I try
It's
and
an
source many things from the UK as possible.
This is actually quite amazing because usually you order abroad, yeah, from different sites. I don't know, from China, but your materials are locally produced. It means
Yeah,
you are helping
yeah.
to our local economy as well, isn't it?
I think I'm quite niche in that way, but that's purely because we're really lucky to live where we live. There is so much down in the southwest of England. We're very lucky. This and just all the women I work with, from the photographers to my model I use all the time, to my makeup artist, are just phenomenal people down here, and they're
Yeah.
really helpful. So if they haven't got something you like, they will try and get it or try and source it for you. Even some of my hat blocks, as it turns out, one of my friend's husbands is a master um, woodworker, and oh, I don't suppose you could make me hat block, could you? And he did. And even the wood has come from Somerset trees. That's not a normal thing, and it probably won't happen very often. But it is nice to be able to say this hat was made from trees 10 miles away.
It's amazing. I am looking at your studio and spotted the beige hat with little bit of kind of organza material. Is that is that what I'm seeing? Beige
Oh,
one?
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Could we have a look at that one as well?
This is one of my Ascot. This is possibly my Ascot hat. I haven't decided yet.
For
Um,
yourself?
Yeah, a lot.
Wow.
There's a lot of crinoline and organza this year, mainly
Yeah.
horizontal. I'm liking this. People are
Yeah,
coming away from veiling, but it still works like veiling but you can see through it.
it's very elegant, Sarah.
Thank you. I think it's also, again, it's back to my vintage feeling, I think.
Do you have a dress for that one, matching?
I don't have it yet. I've ordered a sassy Holford dress because we're going to a wedding next month, friend's wedding, a very special wedding. So I thought, actually, I'm going to order myself something really, really, really lovely. And then I'm going to wear it to Ascot. And I've got a few other occasions through the year which I'm going to wear it. So see the grass at Ascot.
But do you think people are generally wearing less hats nowadays?
I think because of we've all throughout history of worn hats, and then we get to the 50s and the 60s and the sexual revolution, and we've moved away from that. We've moved away from that a huge amount. But I think in the last few years, as things like the racing and fashion has become more popular again, we are going back to it. And hats are practical. I mean, winter, bad hair day, just stick a fedora on if you're nipping to the supermarket. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Fuss, out I go, warm head, and then I'm not having to carry an umbrella either when if I'm about, because they're waterproof. I think people are starting to wear winter hats more, which is great.
Yeah.
Tweed caps, since Peaky Blinders appeared, have become incredibly popular, especially with men. I've made a couple for men, but not very many. That we're going back up, I think, because people are. We had a whole period in time where we didn't dress up for weddings. We didn't dress up to go out to dinner. I think there's been a swing in the last few years that actually I quite like dressing up to go out to dinner and do something nice. So, and I think also with the people like yourselves who blog and we see this amazing fashion and style, it's a bit of encouragement. It's a really good example, and it's just nice to see.
Yes, especially when you wear a hat, you feel so elegant and you feel good. You dress up, first of all, for yourself to feel good, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Always dress for yourself, never dress for anybody else.
Absolutely. So, Sarah, I'm really interested about the timing which takes to make one hat.
Yeah. 4 hours onwards. It depends on the hat. If you're making a base out of buckram, I think you have to cut, you have to steam, you have to pin, you have to layer, then you wire when it's overnighted and just left to its own devices to set. Hand sewing the wire in, hand sewing the ribbon edge, hand sewing the elastic in. There's a lot of hand sewing involved in millinery. If you're having flowers, I'm going to get a flower. I've got this one here. I have an amazing lady. I make silk flowers, but I'm really not very fast at it at all. So I have a lady, Diane, from Silk Flower Atelier, who makes the most incredible roses
Wow.
for me, and they are so time consuming. She's a lot quicker than I am. I don't know how long, I haven't actually asked her how long they take her, but one of those takes me about 6 hours, and that's just
Wow.
one. So again, it's all these little elements. It's not, I think, making the hat, but it's the additions to the hat. Something like this is simple because you steam it to the block, you stiffen it, and then when you remove it, you're doing the ribbon and the ribbon brim. So in time scale, it's really minimal. But other things, you add those, they're very time consuming. And some of Di's orchids, they're just incredible. I think it's the details more than the actual hat making that are the time consuming part.
I actually have never tried that kind of style, which you showed me with a little bit of pink.
Little percher, yeah.
But do you think that would suit to my facial form?
I do. There's different shapes of perchers. One will suit you and one won't. Somebody came yesterday for a headband. We tried on different headbands. When you just say, I want a halo headpiece, a halo headpiece is not the same. I'm going to get a hat block because what suits my face shape isn't going to suit yours. So we tried on this first, really loved it. I love it. It suits me. It didn't suit her. This is more domed. It's a lot narrower. Doesn't suit me. She looked fantastic in it.
Oh,
Same with everything.
excellent.
And there are so many different styles. Shorter, I've
Mhm.
got 8 different headband blocks. Like Percher, I've got 9 different Percher blocks. It's shape of face, size of face. Petite ladies, again, you have to take that into consideration. I have a really popular large hat that's in pink. It's in my
Yeah.
sassy photos on my Instagram page. People love it, but for a lot of women, it's too big. So I've had it made in about half the size, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So it's things like that, just adjusting things for different women.
So I basically have to tell you, Sarah, I would like this type of hat,
Yeah.
and you will decide which shape will suit me, right?
Yeah. But if you've got any, a lot of people have had hats they've worn before at different events. If you don't, that's
Mhm.
fine. Some people will have come after they've been to other milliners or they've been trying things on in shops. And as long as usually ask for a picture of your face, so we work from that, and then we work with sketches and move from there.
I actually brought one of my favorite headpieces. Shall I
Yeah.
showcase? So this one is actually bespoke made
Yeah.
by Layla Lee, as you
Yeah.
can see, and it has got this thin organza cover and covered in pearl
Yeah.
all over.
That's really pretty.
So
Really
I will
pretty.
I will try to wear it if I can work this one out without destroying my hairstyle, but it would look something like that.
Again, it's that really classic elegance, which I think we've sort of, this is what's appealing this year. I think people are wanting less is more look. I think we're going back to that more sophisticated, just really simple lines.
Yes, and this one actually I bought on eBay, second hand, pre-loved, and lady said she only wore it once, and I thought actually I don't mind it because I really love the shape, I really love the color because it's ivory. It goes with a lot of outfits, like you said, and this could be like a really classy hat to go with my outfit. And what I wore with this one was ivory jumpsuit and top was hand stitched embroidery, which was also bespoke made. So I had a lot of compliments. But I also love shopping in charity shops. And recently I came across this pocket binocular, which was HUK charity shop and was £6. This pocket
They are
binocular.
absolutely brilliant. They are just ideal handbag.
It is such a size wise is so good that you literally just press on here, and then I would be going to Ascot with this binocular. What do you think?
Yeah, I took binoculars once, and they were very small, powerful ones, but they were fag, hanging off my bag all day. Those are brilliant. You just snap them shut and pop them in your bag.
You literally just
Genius.
snap them like that, and I thought I couldn't resist myself from not buying this one. So here you have it. I will try to take this one as accurately as possible without destroying my hair, but this is one of my favorite pieces. Doesn't mean to say that you don't actually need to break the bank to create a royal
It really doesn't. And I
outfit.
know that £150 is still a lot of money for some people, but it's a bag that I will keep and I will use again and again and again. There are always things that you can find, and I think mixing the expensive with the less expensive is just the way to, it's just more practical and it's the way to go. Um, and I think in real terms, it's more eco-friendly if you're recycling. Charity shops, I've found some amazing MS scarves in charity shops. I found some amazing, really gold, chunky jewelry, costume jewelry, £7. They look fantastic. I just
Yeah.
think more of us need to be doing it because we just walk past charity shops and don't think about it. And we tend
Yes,
to go online and click and then, yeah, more charity shops.
absolutely. So does it mean that people just assume that if you're going to Royal Ascot, you must be rich, right?
I think so. Most of the people I know, I think I mix with 2 different kinds of people because of work. Some people are, some people aren't. Some people will go on a bus, they all club together. You'll have people in the roles. It doesn't really matter. People don't. It's one of the few pet pleases people don't care of. Everybody's really lovely. They're just there for
Yeah.
the racing, the fashion, and a good time. I think majority of people that go to Royal Ascot definitely not wealthy, not even close. The people watching the outfits, and you see what people do, and when you talk to people and they say, "Oh, I got this from here and that from there," and it's like, it's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. We just need a bit more of it, I think.
Do you think it is visually appealing to see so many lovely dressed women and men at Royal Ascot?
It is, because it's just nice to see people make an effort. Most of us spend our lives in jeans and t-shirts. So the dressing up for one day, I think also part of the Ascot experience is the picnic, the car park picnics, which we do. We go full on, gazebo, table, white tablecloth, table flowers, the whole hoot nanny. But again, it doesn't have to be expensive. Everybody makes their food at home. Everybody chips in. Someone will bring one thing, someone will bring the next. But it's such a major part of the day before you walk over to watch the royal procession. It's and then again you end up talking to the people, the car next to you, and then you'll see somebody with a lovely outfit on. You'll go, "I just love your dress, just like to let you know." And there's a lot of that which you don't really see normally. You'll just have somebody randomly say, "I really like your outfit. Just thought I'd tell you," and on their way to the bar. And it's genuinely lovely to see people do that to each other.
Absolutely. Which enclosure do you go usually, Sarah?
We're Royal Enclosure.
Excellent. This is a place to be, isn't it, Sarah?
To be fair, we are, because we're all horsey, watch the walk up in the pre-paddock, go and put a bet on, watch the race. Usually, hopefully, touch wood, collect your winnings, go to the bar, repeat. We tend to do the same at Cheltenham because we're all horsey. So watch horse, place bet, watch race, bar.
Amazing. Because we usually go to Anne's enclosure every year with my husband, and we've been doing it for 6 years, I think. It is our little tradition. It's like a date for both of us where we dress up and do small bets, have a nice time at Royal Ascot, watching people dressed up immaculately.
Really nice just going as a couple with your husband. My husband is usually left at home because we have 4 horses at home. So he's usually left with the mucking out, to be honest.
How many horses do you have?
We've sold a few in the last 2 years. We have 1 out competing and we have 4 at home.
Wow, must be a lot of work.
They've actually been turned away. I've ridden once in the last 12 months because I haven't had time because of hats. So my ex-racer looks like he's in full. He's so fat from lack of exercise. He's loving the no work. The others are like, yeah, they're happy doing whatever. They'll go with the flow. But yeah, so I'm lucky that he deals with horses, dogs, and cats, and then we usually Airbnb it and go overnight. But this year we're all going. There's the 7 of us coming. So, and then we're also meeting friends there. So it's just a woman day. It's fun. There's a lot of girly horsey chat, mainly horsey chat.
Yes, absolutely. And then you are coming back the same day, yeah?
Yes, we found a minibus driver locally that'll do it. So
Yeah.
he's driving us up and driving us back so everybody can have a drink. None of us are that big drinkers, but when it's been a long day and it's been warm and you're tired, not even one drink for me personally driving back. So a friend has, we've all chipped in, so it's going to be a fun day.
Sarah, how do you get into Royal Enclosure at Royal Ascot?
You have to be invited by a member, and then once a member invites you, they and somebody else that knows you can propose you, which is what I'm currently doing. Have been currently doing for randomly. She started out as one of my customers in Sweden, and we've become friends. And she came to Ascot last year. So that's how you get in. And then when you become a member, it takes 5 years for you to be able to propose somebody to be a member. So this is my first year of being able to propose. It used to be 3 and then they changed it. So we've been going, I think 5 years, 6 years this year.
To Royal Enclosure, yeah?
Yeah.
What is fascinating about your hat making process is that you not only make hats, but also you build your relationships with your clients, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it incredible?
I don't know. It's just you meet so many amazing women. I did a wedding fair last year. It's the only one I've ever done. And was in April, and then I met two young women. One was getting married, and her friend with her had had a lung transplant 6 weeks before, and she was walking around this wedding fair in the cold to come and look at wedding things with her friend. Her friend tried a headpiece on, which I suggested because she showed me a picture of a dress. So I just gave them the dress and the hat each, because sometimes you have to pay it forward for things like that. The fact that she'd had a double lung transplant and was out with her, supporting her friend, trying to help her friend try and you just meet so many women that are amazing women, that are usually
Because you actually do something first before you ask for something, isn't it? Like a boomerang. It's such an incredible journey you had so far, Sarah, where you just gave away hats and dresses. I have no doubts your kindness actually connected us on social media platform, because we are having a chat today and I'm really enjoying it, Sarah. To be honest, I didn't think that people are actually interested, but it is so kind of you to give me such a positive impact, which will encourage me to do more of those things, because scarves are also like hats. They're like accessory, and you can really change your outfit to add a little bit of charm and chic to your outfit. Isn't it? Been really great chatting to you, Sarah. I really enjoyed our conversation. I'm really hoping we can keep in touch and help each other and inspire each other.